we are out with TD Jakes right now, and we've sold it to the Tribune Group. We've sold it to a number of other television stations around the country right now, and I think what I see in him, and he's brought to us from Stage 29 Productions, which is Jay McGraw's production entity, and Phil's. What I see could be the stars aligning for somebody who actually delivers that message. I watched the national news organizations through the election, and then even posted on the Today Show, and they called on this guy to speak to what's going on. So now I've gotten all that footage. I watched it all this weekend, and it was so interesting, his philosophy. He's so well spoken. The guy's an orator, obviously, but none of it is really revolving around church and all that. That isn't what he talks about. It really isn't his shtick, as much as he's a bishop. His thing is just much more about people and them making decisions and the hard times they're going through, and how do we help them through, and how do we bond together. And it kind of is so Obama-esque. And I thought, God, are the stars actually aligning here, that we really have the right person to deliver that message, but in a different arena? I think we do. This is a guy who, every Sunday he's got 30,000 people showing up at his church. He's doing something right there. He travels around the country and fills huge arenas. He's a rock star. He can fill Madison Square Gardens. It's crazy what goes on with this guy. We are in the middle of a lot of negotiations with a lot of groups right now. The response, that's the thing that I've also noticed. It's amazing how easy it is to get people to get it. A lot of times you go out with a show and you're really
with this guy.
Yeah, with this guy. The minute you run the tape, people go, I get it. And that's unusual. Normally you're trying to sell their attributes and the message and the, like, who is he? We're not running into any of that. What we're running into is it's a very tough economy. And, we need to try and figure out how we're going to make it work. And then at the same time, how do we on our side, on the production side, figure out how we can produce the show economically enough so that it meets the economic issues that we're running into. And I think if those two worlds meet, by the end of the year, we're going to just know that we're moving forward. I just think it's too early to prognosticate, exactly where we're going to end up. Our international guys are just getting out there. Yeah. We're just getting out there in the cable market right now, because there will be a cable window. So I think it's too early to say.